And now let's turn our attention to India. 3 decades ago, India outlawed sex determination tests. Couples were not allowed to determine the sex of their fetus because female fetuses were often aborted as families preferred a male child. This led to a gender imbalance. To fix it, such tests were banned in 1994. But now India's top medical body says that sex determination tests should be legalized. The chief of the Indian Medical Association says the ban has failed. It hasn't improved India's gender ratio. It has only led to the harassment of doctors. And this, of course, has triggered a debate. Should India revisit the ban? Which other countries prohibit such tests and why? Here's a report.
A new debate has stirred in India, a debate over sex determination tests. These are prenatal tests. They help parents determine the sex of the fetus. They were outlawed in India in 1994 to curb the practice of sex selection and ensure better gender balance. The Preconception and Prenatal Diagnostic Techniques Act was passed, and for years, this legislation has banned sex determination tests in India. But time and again, it has faced opposition, sometimes by politicians, other times by doctors, and we are seeing this right now. This is Dr. R.V. Ashokan, President of the Indian Medical Association, India's top medical body. And he has created a stir. He says that sex determination tests should be legal in India. Why? Because they don't help. That's what Ashokan is saying. The sex determination tests have not improved India's gender ratio over the past 3 decades, so they should be scrapped. Now, data-wise, Ashokan is not completely wrong. In 1981, India had 934 females per 1,000 males. In 1991, the number dropped to 927. 3 years later, sex determination was outlawed. In 2001, we could see slight improvement, 933. About a decade later, the number jumped to 943. That's a solid rise from 927 to 943 in about a decade. 2011 was the last census year. Now, according to another government survey, the National Family Health Survey, as of last year, the ratio stands at 1,020 females per 1,000 males. So, from 927 in 1991, the number of females has exceeded the number of males. And while it may not be a huge jump, it is progress, thanks to laws like the one that bans sex determination. Historically, gender imbalance in India has mainly been due to female feticide and infanticide. Even now, there are clandestine operations. A nexus of medical practitioners who determine sex despite the law, and families who kill the girl child. So, who is to blame here? It's the lack of awareness, the dilution of the sex determination law, not the law itself, which, if anything, acts as the first line of defense against female feticide. And not just in India but across the world, like in the UK, but mostly across Asia, including Vietnam, Nepal and China. Research says that banning sex determination helps. In many countries, the number of males and females are roughly the same. On average, male births are slightly higher, usually 105 boys for every 100 girls. But for some countries, this number is much higher than normal, sometimes 130 boys to 100 girls. This is observed in countries where there's a cultural preference for sons and where there is access to sex determination technology. As a result, 100 million girls are said to be missing from Asia. The sex determination ban seeks to undo decades' worth of damage. Removing it now will wipe out the progress we have made so far.
Firstpost decodes the U.S. election. Explains how America chooses its president. Your primer on the race to the White House. Everything you need to know about how America votes and its global implications. U.S. Election Explained. Every Monday and Thursday only on Firstpost.